In these sessions, we will make a bucket compost. Compost is good for enriching soil nutrients. It also retains moisture in the soil. Soil microorganisms need a moist environment for it to grow well. For making bucket compost at a tropical weather, an outdoor yard space is needed to store the bucket. These are the materials that we need: a reasonable size of bucket that has a lid, some twigs, browns, greens, and inoculant. Some examples of browns are dried leaves, cardboard, wood shave, sawdust, and straws. Browns are rich with carbon. Some examples of greens are coffee powder, grass clipping, eggshells, and fruit scrap. They are rich with nitrogen. Inoculant is a starter for bacterial population growth. Some examples are kitchen food scrap, a handful of garden soil, or old compost. Some reports mention that 1 gram of soil may have millions of microbes. Some things that are to be avoided are animal-based scraps like meat, bones, and feces. They can lead to growth of microorganisms that can cause diseases or pathogens. The odor will also attract rodents. Let's now move to each step for making the bucket compost. The bucket that we are using for these demonstrations has 30 cm bottom width and 45 cm height. Its total volume is just a bit more than 0.17 cubic meter. We choose a bucket which lid can be tightened well. In the coming weeks, we will roll and shake the bucket to help air the materials, so a tight lid will prevent the materials from coming out easily. What do we have to do to prepare the bucket? First, drill dozens of holes on the side and bottoms of the bucket for the water drainage and airflow. Each hole can be around 10 to 15 cm apart. The hole size should be large enough for liquid to leach out and for air to flow in, but not for critters or flies to creep in. For this type of bucket composting process, air circulation and moisture help the materials to decompose faster. Position the bucket at a spot that can absorb the liquid leaches from the composting process. A great place could be on the soil of your gardening area. Then, place the twigs into the bucket. Having the twig layer at the bottommost of the bucket helps draining the compost liquid out from the bucket. Moving on, add around 10 cm of browns on top of the twigs. This is our first layer of browns. Then add greens of about the same amount into the bucket. Repeat this process until the bucket is nearly full. The smaller the materials, the quicker they will break down. Then add inoculant. The microbes in the inoculate will grow well at the right compost environment. These microbes then help to decompose the greens and browns. End our layering process with another layers of browns. This last layer of browns will absorb any unpleasant smells from the bucket. Finally, run some water top down to moist the compost. Cover the bucket and place it in cool, dry place, away from the direct sunlight. Stir the bucket compost on every 2 to 3 days. You can do this by stirring the mixtures or rolling and shaking the bucket. Rolling the bucket can be one of the easiest and effective way to turn the compost mixture. This action will create airflow in the mixture. This will speed up the composting process. This bucket compost method will take up about 4 to 8 weeks to fully break down the materials into compost. This is the end result that you can expect after your bucket compost is completed.